I doubt anything from Foundations will require us more than just like a quick overview.
Lana or Elf?
I know. What an incredible new card. One drop that can tap for green
You mean
mana.
the card's already legal in the format?
Insane.
Day of Judgment's that common.
Did you hear? Did you hear? Day of Judgment's a common.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Common Ground Podcast, your favorite podcast where we talk about your favorite format, Pauper. We're back for episode 48, talking about Pauper again. Thanks for sticking with us for the Cube episode. That was great. But we're back with your favorite format and our favorite format, Pauper. I am your co-host, Cameron Schindler, joined by two luscious co-hosts. The recently moved in Thomas Gunn. What's up, brother?
Oh, thank God. I'm good.
You have a busy day today?
Nah. I mean, work was whatever, and then and then just kind of hung out for a little bit, rested a little in the afternoon before moving all our stuff over to our new place. We got a 3-month sublet. We can just like.
How far are you from me?
It was like, I mean, with traffic, it was about half an hour.
Oh, that's not bad.
We're right next
bad
to
after
Belmont.
work too. Next to what?
Right next to Belmont. So we're right just south of downtown.
Okay, where I used to be. Wait, no, Belmont.
No, that's Belmead.
Oh, yep.
Belmont. University.
Yep. What was the school by me? I thought that was Belmont on Weston.
We're just Vanderbilt is much closer to downtown than.
Then there's another. Whatever.
Anyway, this is nothing.
This means nothing for most of you. Also joined by my other lovely co-host, James Hippo likes breakfast burritos. Hieronymus.
I sure do. I sure do. It was my dinner.
It was. We got some tacos beforehand. You got a breakfast burrito. It looked amazing. And you're like, I don't know why I just haven't always gotten this.
It's really good.
I almost got a breakfast burrito for a non-breakfast meal. It
was probably the correct play. Breakfast burritos are so dang.
It was pretty good.
Alrighty. We got a grab bag of topics today.
Mm-hmm.
I got a dark ritual question from a friend, which is pretty cool. Challenges to go over, as well as with that dark ritual question, we're going to kind of lead that into combo, like how to play against combo in general. So I guess we should just dive right in with that dark ritual question. Oh,
before you do,
yes.
Okay.
Should we plug Team Trios?
Oh, we can do that too.
Okay.
So is it November 16th?
It is November 16th.
November 16th. The people in the Middle Tennessee and surrounding areas, feel free to grab two of your favorite people and come play some Team Trios at Game Night in Columbia. We have Standard, Pauper, and Legacy.
Yes, we do.
Last time we had 51 players. We'd love to make that more.
That was great. And this time there's going to be coverage
teams?
too.
Yeah, there's coverage.
Do we know the Twitch link or anything on that?
Well,
I'm
once
sure
we
we'll
get it, we'll post it. I'm going to chat with Steven about a bunch of that stuff.
Cool.
Saturday
It'll be in the bio eventually.
We're
Stand
there.
by.
Yeah, I'll be there for an RCQ this Saturday. So
the sign up, I'll go ahead and put the link for the sign-ups in the bio too. If any of you are close by and want to sign up, I'll put that in there.
I've put it in the description the last couple weeks.
Okay,
so
heck yeah. Thank you.
It should be there to just copy paste.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. Can't wait.
Yep. Second thing, my turn to hijack for about 2 seconds.
Do it. No, hijack.
Cool. Last night I went to an amazing concert.
Oh, hey.
I went to an absolutely stunning show.
Who was it?
The group is called Beat. It is comprised of two members from King Crimson and Steve Vai on guitar and Danny Carey from Tool on drums.
Wow. Oh, I didn't know Danny Carey was in it.
Yeah, it is an absolute monster of a group. And I sat there mesmerized for an absolute 2.5 hours.
Yeah, you were telling me your brain was getting tickled.
Literally, there was a moment in the show where there was guitar work happening that tickled my brain. It was great. If you have the opportunity to go see this show while they're still on the tour through the end of the year, please, for the love of God, go do it.
What genre of music would you call it?
This is prog rock. This is 80s prog rock.
Okay, perfect. That's what's great about being in Nashville, dude.
Yeah,
there's just everybody comes by.
Yeah. Super cool because the band leader actually from here in Tennessee lives in Mount Juliet. So
okay,
super cool.
Nice. Cool.
So yeah, it's nice for him to get to play his home venue.
Yeah,
that is sick.
So yeah,
lots of artists here.
Yeah, super sick show.
Awesome. All right, diving into a dark ritual question.
Let's do it.
I was talking to my buddy. He's from Dallas. Ian, shout out to you, love you, buddy. He was the one wedding I went to recently. I mentioned the pod. See, I'm a tangent person. Anyway, we're talking and stuff, and he's been kind of like wanting to dabble more into Pauper and stuff. He's been like sending me elves lists and stuff, and like, what do you think of this? I'm gonna build this and stuff, and I'm like, I approve after playing Elves. It was great. But he asked me, he's like, why aren't more people playing Dark Ritual? And I thought that was a really good question because you don't really see a lot of Dark Ritual outside of Cycling Storm. That's about it.
Yeah, that's about it.
And
I know in our local group somebody uses it differently, but
who's that?
Jay does.
Oh, what is
Jay just uses it as like a Lotus Petal basically in his mono black deck.
Yeah, and that's kind of fair because like same thing. We don't see like a ton of Lotus Petals either. They're kind of like similar cards, and it's like when you do see them, it turns out they're always like in. I guess aside from Cycling Storm again, they're in a problematic deck. Like, I think of the Rakdos Storm deck we had for a while with the Chatter thing, and that could win with the first day of class.
Sure.
And then Galvanic Relay after Chatter thing was banned, and there was still a problem. Chatter Storm,
yeah.
This isn't Commander. And Velar deck with the initiative, like the mono or the Dimir initiative deck.
Yeah,
and that just
Dark Ritual made that. That was a big part of the problem.
Yes, and that whole deck's goal was just to go like, empty my hand with rituals, Lotus Petals, and just play one initiative because the initiative will just take over the game. Even if you kill the creature, it's like, whatever, I'm going to recoup my card advantage back. And I think that's why we don't see Dark Ritual and Lotus Petal see much play. Do you guys agree? It's just like there's nothing super powerful. Even with the Monarch can even be a little more risky just to like, it's not worth dumping everything. There's nothing to carry you to the finish line if you dump it.
Because the Monarch is just like, it's a card and it's
not proactive.
Yeah, exactly. It is in a way, but it's not nearly as proactive as the initiative. And if your opponent gets it, them getting a card right away rather than them just like getting a basic land and then maybe you get an opportunity to get the initiative back, that's a little different. Yeah, when Dark Ritual, like when Magic first started, like people were like Dark Ritualing out Hypnotic Spectre. It's just a 3-black 3-mana 2/1 flyer that if it hits them, a 2/2 flyer that when it hits your opponent, they discard a card at random.
Discard a card at random.
And like people were just doing that, and I don't even think that would hold up in Pauper. You'd get some games where it would stick around for a couple turns.
It would win a game or two.
It would definitely do some work sometimes.
They'll discard their third land drop.
Yeah, but for the most part, I think it's pretty easy to just like bolt it, cast down it, journey to nowhere.
Removal's very efficient.
Yeah, and so like we're not really doing that with Dark Ritual. So it really just does kind of end up in these unfair combo decks like Cycling Storm, and is this like enabler when these busted mechanics from maybe that are intended for other formats like the initiative get trickle down into Pauper, and we have to take evasive action and ban a bunch of stuff. And yeah, it kind of only ends up in these combo pieces. But I don't exactly know why it doesn't really show up anywhere else besides that the only thing I can think of, or at least the biggest thing I can think of at the top of my head, is maybe just because it doesn't provide. It's card disadvantage. Like it doesn't provide you any inherent value, and there's so much just like inherent value, like a little extra trinkety text of draw a card or make a map token or whatever on so many cards in the format.
Well, this is something we can us being cube people too. We can look at this like look at this as if, as I said, it's just like Lotus Petal. Like how often do you find yourself putting Lotus Petal in your vintage cube deck? It's like not the most.
I do a lot of the time.
Okay, well, I tend to not put Lotus Petal in my vintage cube decks.
I'm with you.
It's a non-permanent source of mana. So I think that is more closely related in Pauper, as it being like a Lotus Petal type card, because it's giving you like the one-time boost for one thing, and who knows how good the actual thing is. You're playing commons. Let's be real here. Like there's only so much you can do. Like putting a permanent into play with a Dark Ritual.
And versus like Eternal format, I guess Pauper is an Eternal format, excuse me. Like versus like Legacy or Timeless on Arena or something, like a mono black deck in Timeless I play. That's like my bathroom format when I take a break at work. I'll jam some Timeless games on Arena. And it's like I have a mono black deck that can go like turn 1, like Dark Rit, cycle Troll of Khazad-dûm, and I can reanimate that, or I can like turn 1
Necropotence,
or turn 1 Necropotence is big, but I don't play Necropotence on mine. But I see that all the time on Timeless too. Or turn 1 Demonic Tutor, or turn 1 Dark Rit, play with Demonic Tutor, go get either Grief or Reanimate, whatever I'm missing, and then I still have enough mana to cast Reanimate on my Grief, because that strips my opponents of cards too, and I have the body.
Yep.
And the only other time I remember is probably like when we were first starting the podcast, we were seeing this Dimir Control Fairy hybrid list pop up, and they were playing Dark Ritual Thorn of the Black Rose, and that was like a flavor of all of 2 weeks. Right. And I think it's just like cool, the games where your opponent struggles to get the Monarch back, that's probably really great in. But if you play it against like White Weenie that has all these like incidental flyers, or any other of the white decks that play Glint Hawk, or now we have, why can I always never remember its name, the rat, the 2/1 rat that flies.
The Refurbished Familiar?
Refurbished Familiar, thank you. Like, that sees play everywhere of Grixis Affinity. Maybe not our LGS for some reason, but everywhere else it sees play. And so
it's the top
like,
8s this weekend, that's for sure.
Exactly. And so it's like, it's harder, it's not as good to jam the Monarch there. And I like your point, Thomas, that you just made too, with Pauper is so inherently mid-range. Going down on cards for like a short temporary advantage, if you're not running away with the game, can be like very detrimental to your game plan, because your opponent's cards are going to be like Limbus. It's going to replace itself. They're going to Glint Hawk, pick back up the Limbus, play the Limbus again. It replaced it. Now you're plus a card on that.
Wait, you said Limbus. Do you mean Krabby Patty?
With the new SpongeBob Secret Lair, I hope they do Krabby Patty as Limbus. That'd be sick.
So sick.
That would be awesome. Deadly Disputing, Ickerwell Springs, Ancestral Recalling. Yeah, you discard 2 cards and I'll play Recall, and who's going to win that game kind of thing.
Right, yeah. Your opponent draws Deadly Dispute. Like, going into the late game, you have, like, whatever on board. Your opponent draws Deadly Dispute. You draw Dark Ritual with nothing to burst into. Like, that just feels awful.
And it's like maybe you drew 2 cards from the Monarch or something, and your opponent got it back with a flyer and like was able to cast down your attacker and block your other attacker or something. And now like you're in this awkward position where your card disadvantage to give you an engine just gave your opponent an engine instead. I feel like we're pretty focused on this, why Dark Ritual doesn't see a ton of play. We're kind of like, I guess that is the main reason. It's just like Pauper is such an inherent mid-range format, and the disadvantage isn't worth it.
Well, one big exactly. It's got the inherent card disadvantage to it, but it's like Dark Ritual is made to do unfair things. Like, that's the point of the card. And the fact that it sees play in like the one deck that it like really sees play in is I think is a healthy place for that card to be. I do not think that I want to live in a world where Dark Ritual is like one of those cast cards in the format. It sounds like a miserable time.
And it's very like telling of how healthy the format is, that it's like, Dark Rit's legal and doesn't see a ton of play.
That's great. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Which means all the combo decks are very finicky. They're very fragile. And
I'm sure when it feels busted, we could ask Hunter when it feels busted. I'm sure it's busted.
It feels busted, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely seeing him feel like a genius with casting some Dark Rituals. So nothing either. I mean, there's that. But yeah, like I think the way that card is context in the format is a good place for it to be right now. And
what I told Ian too, my buddy, is like, it will see play again, and it will always pop up and be in a problematic deck, and it will probably never get banned. It's usually the problem gets banned, because I'm sure if you ban Dark Ritual, it's like, well, the initiative creatures, those 4-drop black ones, would still be way too good and warp the format around them. Same thing with the Storm deck. It hurts the Storm deck. They'd still have Lotus Petals and like their Deadly Dispute turns or Coaling Ritual or something.
Okay, well, here's the thing on that. You say if you start just banning fast mana, it's like, well, there's a lot of fast mana you can just ban. Like your Simeon Spirit Guide, Elvish Spirit Guide, Lotus Petal,
Rite of Flame, Song.
All these. There's lots of fast mana plays that you can make.
I was just double checking the ban list, and I'm like, the red ones that are banned in Modern are not banned here.
Banned in Pauper, no.
We just
exactly
banned all the
what
you're saying.
cards.
Exactly. We've just banned all the Storm cards instead of where Modern they've banned the really powerful rituals and kept the Storm payoff, so you can still like put together a Storm deck.
Do the Storm thing without doing something overly
overly
egregious.
Exactly. But they've done the reverse for us, where we're like, we have all the rituals to like ramp into, but like, do we have anything? Like, you can't Dark Ritual and Hymn to Turok or Sinkhole. You know, like, those are banned. Sorry, Andy. They're banned.
They are banned.
I'll make this point one more time, too. It's just Dark Ritual will be a part of a deck that gets banned again, though. It will happen.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Eventually,
It's
every
probably
once in a
not,
while.
Yeah, it's not Dark Ritual's fault by any mean, I don't think. Like, it's just enabler, yes, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it just paves the way for busted things to happen. That's what
yeah.
that card does. It's always done.
There you go, Ian. I feel like we answered that well.
Yeah.
Look at us with thoughts.
Yeah.
That's why we speak into a podcast.
Yeah, there's just not a lot of busted things to go into until there are, and then it's really bad something,
and then the sky is falling.
It does the one thing that it's supposed to do right now, and I think that is a perfectly good place for it to be.
And and there also aren't like I said, like Him to Turok is banned, Sinkhole is banned, and like the other good black options are like what are you gonna do? Just like Dark Ritual into Drown of Sorrow. I don't know.
I can say we're just using it as I think
just
we're doing
big
it the J
troll.
I was like, we're just doing it the J way, where we're just like put it like just using it as a
turn 1 Crypt Rats. Oh my god,
we're just using it as like a Lotus Petal style effect.
Yeah.
So you can like turn 3 a Grey Merchant of Asphodel, or whatever, or turn 1 a Chittering Rats. That's actually
you
not
could
bad, but
turn 1 cycle Troll Exhume.
You could
Dark Rift. That's kind of cool. I think that's like about the max, maybe.
Yeah, I think I would rather just play Dredge though.
Yeah, exactly. Me too.
Yeah, because like it's just a more consistent deck that can also play from various angles, like through disruption and stuff like that too.
So we're talking about a Cycling Storm deck.
Mm-hmm.
How does that lead us into our next piece of conversation a little bit? Yeah.
So we. In knowing we were going to talk about this Dark Ritual question, we were talking about options of things to talk about. Cameron says we got a great question about mid-range that I think we'll talk about next week.
Mm-hmm. Either next week or the following week, depending on foundations.
Yeah, depending on foundations and how much time we want to take on those cards. Probably mostly reprints, but who knows? We've talked about aggro in the past. We've talked about control in the past. We've all dabbled maybe a little bit into combo, but maybe not so much that we feel comfortable like explaining from the combo side. But I thought it would be interesting to talk about how to play against combo. Because I see it all over Twitter. People are still complaining about Glee. People have been complaining about Mono Red. Magic players just like to complain.
Turns out.
And
shocked Pikachu face.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to talk about just specific ways to tackle these combo decks. We don't have a ton in our format, but if you don't know how to line up your interaction or your sequences correctly against them, they will just beat you.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little clique of combo players in the format. People really headed up by like people like Kalikais and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a good point too, Hippo. I was gonna say that myself too. It's like maybe there's not a ton of combo like in like the Moto meta or whatever, but whatever your LGS meta is, I'm sure there's
somebody
the one guy that loves combo. Like we have that too.
Yeah,
Hunter
we have
for us.
Hunter.
Yeah,
Hunter
he loves
combo decks,
and he's awesome at piloting them too.
He is good at piloting. Yeah.
So it's like I feel like it's just knowledgeable too. Is it worth it to say what like the most popular combo decks or anything are?
I mean the most popular combo deck is Glee.
And we've talked a bit about Glee. I think we can touch on Glee. I thought it would be interesting to break things down into, is it a creature combo deck that it's important to interact with in terms of like, like kill spells, things of that nature? Is it a stack based combo deck where you want counter spells types of things, or is it like a graveyard combo deck where you want to make sure you have your relics and things like that? And like
I feel like the last two tend to mix together.
They definitely can mix together a little bit, and it may. I'm trying to not make this sound reductive of just like that's it. Just make sure you have the interaction that lines up in the right camp. But I think I think going over like when the timing is correct for each of them, and what if you see your opponent take certain patterns of gameplay, what you can kind of infer from that and what to be ready for. Kind of.
I guess start with like the creature combo.
Sure.
I can only think of like 2 decks really that are like popular-ish.
Glee and Goblin combo.
No, Glee and Tribe combo.
Oh yes,
yeah. Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
spoiler alert. That was also what kind of brought this on. Is Tribe won a combo?
Yeah.
And like ever since like a couple months ago, when it appeared out of nowhere, and I'm like, what does this deck do at all?
I had to tell you both what it was.
Yeah,
right.
And then like we've been seeing it pop up every now and then, and again like that is probably something in somebody's repertoire out there who enjoys that stuff. And we could throw familiars in there too. Like it's been seeing a lot less play recently, but like every once in a while we see familiars pops up. And but like ever since Brood Scale, we really haven't seen a Goblin combo show its face.
No, it just gets overshadowed by how good the Brood Scale deck is.
Yeah,
that's fair.
So the Zorius Tribe matchup and the Brood Scale matchup, I think the removal is like very important. Like they all, and familiars, I guess, too. It's like they all center around a certain creature. It's like
Right.
bird scale, I guess that's the matchup I've played with the most. It's like you want that sadistically on your basking bird scale. That's how you're going to win the game. What's nice about this deck, though, too, it can attack from the angle of a Writhing Chrysalis. So sometimes it can pressure you to, I have to use my removal spell on the first and second Writhing Chrysalis, and maybe they have double brood scale and double glee or whatever. Like, that's happened. That's pretty common.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, with that, it's like the snuff outs and stuff are very important. So it's like you can give yourself the most options while progressing your board.
Right. I think it comes down to assessing your role in the game. If you can, if they are slow rolling the combo, if the Glee player is slow rolling the combo and playing more of the mid-rangey type of game, how long can you hang with that before you actually have to choose to invest some of your removal that would ideally stop the brood scale from going off into like a Chrysalis, like you're saying.
And it's
a tricky line.
Yeah, and it's like Emba deck has some recursiveness to it too. Like it will play like the Blood Fountain, the Evolution Witness
for sure.
And sometimes it has like the flashback as its payout, the flashback pinger dude as stuff as its payout. But it's like it's not fighting on that graveyard axis as plan A or B really. So it's like kind of tricky if you want to bring those in or not. And I have never played with or against the tribe combo.
Got you covered.
Yeah, is it kind of similar?
So this deck, yeah, it's very similar because it only has like two creatures, and one of the creatures is a mid-range backup plan that you can use. It's not great because it is a deck with Squadron Hawk in it. But yeah, really you just need to keep your Tireless Tribe alive, otherwise the game is like kind of impossible to win. You just try to fill your hand up with a bunch of like cantrips and stuff, and then protect your creatures with things like Dispel and like prismatic strands and such. So but you really just like A plus B, it's Tireless Tribe plus Inside Out is the combo.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same thing. It's like Glee plus Brood Scale, essentially.
So it's kind of like when I would play against Goblin combo a lot, especially with Garden side. It turns out if you're playing against a creature combo deck and you're playing Gardens, it feels pretty easy. But it's like if having like 3 pieces of removal, it's like I feel safe against the Goblin combo. I have like 3 removal spells in my hand. And it's like even then it's like I have had it where it's like they went through 3 removal spells. 2 and 1, 2. I don't know how resilient the tribe combo is. I don't know what protection spells it plays. Again, I haven't it has like the dispels and stuff.
It is. So its forms of interaction are the 4 dispels and 4 circular logics are really the biggest ones.
Oh, okay, yeah, because the circular logic is kind of cool because it enables your.
It's a counter spell that actually works inside the combo.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Which is pretty sick.
For folks who don't know, circular logic is 2 and a blue for an instant counter target spell unless its controller pays. Is it 1?
One for each
card in your graveyard, but it has a madness cost of a single blue. So you discard it to your tribe, or your Tireless Tribe, and you just pay the blue.
Put it in exile, then put it on the stack.
Boop. And like
it's really sick card for that combo.
It is very cool.
It's kind of funny because this deck is like pretty close to like the Hot Dogs deck in a way, where it just makes me think like if I can kill every single one of their creatures, I can be fine. But it's like your deck doesn't always focus on that. And I feel like with the Brood Scale, like if you're playing another combo deck against this, I know on the Brood Scale and you can play your Basking Brood Scale on turn 2, and you can go for a turn 3, put Sadistically on it and activate and make your infinite, even if you don't have the payout. But the sideboard plans, like a lot of the Brood Scale decks have snuff outs and stuff in the sideboard.
Sure.
Probably meant for the mirror, but just happens to work against these other creature
combos. Then they can
combos.
tap out and develop their board.
Well, it's also something more impactful than some, or more modal than, which I love that word.
You do?
Modal over something like Vines of Asswood, because then you're not only covering preventing from them comboing, you're preventing other decks from doing other silly stuff too. So it works out nicely.
Brood Scale is kind of unique because it is like a creature combo deck, and it's cycling through infinite spawns. So you'll see in the Elves decks like 4 Essent Wardens in the sideboard now, because it'll gain you as much life as their Brood Scale is big, because they have to make a spawn for every one. So it's like they have to have like the munitions to put you back to whatever your life total was before and get in there with an infinite.
Right.
Which is hard against elves because they have big board.
Yes.
And so like you see stuff like that, like Suture Priest also in some decks, but Suture Priest, you gain a life for each time you come in with one.
It's more that they lose one.
You do not gain one off of theirs. You gain one off of yours. They lose one off of theirs.
So if they have a drain outlet, that doesn't work.
Correct. Because like Nadir's Nightblade, they just
they'll just kill you there. Which we have seen like rise in popularity a little bit as one of the outlets too. So that one's a little risky as well. But like these are like other ways to like fight against that Brood Scale Trespasser's Curse.
Sure. Yeah.
This wouldn't work against other creature combo decks, I guess. Like, it wouldn't work against Tyler's Tribe, but this would work against Mogwarts as well, if that ever became
it would.
popular.
Yeah, it would work against the goblins.
If creatures enter battlefield, play this card.
Then and Familiars is its own weird thing because they can like loop and make infinite life with an ETB trigger, so that could work against Familiars
That's
too.
playing into like the combo control kind of space.
But
Like it
Familiars
can play
is
that like mid-range control game first, and then kind of.
But if like Familiar gets its combo going, it can be like, cool, I'll just counterspell loop you out of the game instead, or it's like they'll like, I'm gonna figure it out. Kind of a thing. It's like, just don't let them combo.
that was easy. Just pack up the podcast.
All right, if you made it this far, guys, thank you so much for listening. Congrats for Luffy. I'm sure you top 8'd one. I'm sure. I'll see you guys next week.
They did.
That was easy.
So yeah, it's, and I think it's also important with Glee specifically, and I know we touched on this in a previous episode where we specifically focused on Glee, is that there may be spots where you want to go for interacting with the Brood Scale, anticipating that they will have a piece of protection, like a Vines of Vastwood, like James was saying, and it may be in your best interest to, if you can, try to make sure you can sculpt your hand and wait for the timing where you can go for it with a backup kill spell, because otherwise they'll just protect and then just do the thing, and it just nothing's going to happen. Like that, this is a very specific circumstance, but a lot of the time, if you really want to lock in like interacting with a combo and stopping them from doing the thing, you gotta have backup. Sometimes they won't have it, and you just have another removal spell in the tank for the next thing. But a lot of the times, it behooves you to really make sure you have most angles covered.
That's what's like really tricky about that.
It behooves you.
Behoofs.
Love that.
That's what's like really tricky too, because it's like the combo players thinking the same thing. It's like the Basking Brood player is like, okay, they're holding up the mana. I really want to wait till I have a Vines or the other one, Snakeskin Veil, to hold up, or I can duress them and see what's going on, then go for it. So it's like, there's so many layers to this, but then there's some times where they're just like, I just got to jam it. They're tapped out.
It's a really good deck. Yeah, like Duress is a really good point. Like you might not even be able to get to it. And this, it's something where it's interesting where Glee is a creature combo deck where Duress can sometimes be good against them too, because if you time your Duress right and take their protection spell, and then your kill spell is likely good to go.
And so much of it is like, it sucks saying this because it's like not very good tangible advice, but it's like so much of it is just like vibes based. It's like, man, it is, because it's like,
I know,
it's like how many pieces do they have to kill me right now? Am I fine with them comboing off having infinite colorless mana but not having the outlet right now? They don't have enough mana to get the outlet next turn and have the combo up. So maybe I have a remove spell and I'm okay with just them having an infinite on the board, and then maybe playing an Ichor Wellspring or two or something like that. I remember
you and I had that come up when we got to play a match.
Yeah, and that happens. So just like seeing how much mana is available to your combo opponents. This applies to every combo matchup, really. It's just like very, very important there. Yeah. And knowing in those spots when you can go shields down and apply to your own game plan.
Yes. Maybe you reminded me of that in a cube match we had last weekend, or last week we cubed. Did a little team draft, the three of us versus three of our friends,
which we crushed. We have the common ground team won.
We took it down. James and I trophied. And Cameron, how did you?
I went 0-3. To be fair, I feel like
you did. You
I
helped
live vicariously
me win my
through
second
you.
match very much. So.
I live so vicariously through you that one.
You did.
You got to play the Parallax wave, and I'm like, oh, I just got done Parallax tricking people last week. Yeah. So like,
Parallax wave.
It was on my frontal lobe Parallax wave.
But you really pushed me in that match to really like. because I was playing against Matt Centillas.
Who?
No, I'm kidding. Silly Centilli.
Silly Centilli.
2-time guest of the pod. Common Ground celebrity. And he was playing, he had drafted this like blue-red sneak attack Splinter Twin Kiki-Jiki combo type of deck. And I was feeling like I needed to stay very conservative just to not die out of nowhere.
That deck was so sick,
you
yeah.
and Cameron, you really reminded me like at what point, like he's like his plays have not shown the most strength. At some point you just have to develop your own game plan, otherwise we are gonna run out of time.
I did the exact same thing. I also had to play against him and beat him, but I was playing like a green white fair deck, so I have to play to the board a lot more than what you were able.
I was blue white control.
I had to play to the board a lot more and put a lot of more disruptive threats into play. Like I blew up his lands. Yeah. I got to one of my favorite cards. What's the card? It's 5 mana, put 2 lands on top
Plow
of
under?
Plow under. I got to plow under him. That card's sick, by the way, if you've never cast that card. And then like say just like Containment Priest for all his nonsense. So I had just like so many ways to stop him or try to stop him from doing what he's doing. And but yeah, just how much can you really afford to play around? Like weigh the opportunity costs of doing things.
The worst thing you can give a combo deck is time.
Correct.
And so based on, in that example, based on Matt's plays and stuff, there's just like, I don't think he has it. And the worst thing we could do is just saying, okay, go, and on our instep, he tries to factor fiction us or something. Yeah.
This is our
This is our comrade.
I did just insert myself in your game. Sorry about that. We're a team.
It was a team. That's how you do it.
And I was super uninvolved. Sorry.
No, you're okay.
I got very distracted.
You were too busy winning. I already lost, so I had the time.
Another creature combo deck that we haven't talked about is the Walls combo deck. And that's another one where I think it's a little different in that I think like the Axebane Guardian is like a really big target to make sure you can take out. At least anything that can tap for more than one mana. Like there's like the battlements,
overgrown battlements.
Right.
Both of those.
Yeah, the saving grace with the battlements is that it just taps for green, but they can filter down the line too, so that's not really a big deal.
They do have creatures in their deck that filter colors.
Yeah. So like I think that matchup is, as much as they're comboing off, it's really just kind of just picking off their stuff throughout the game
too.
Yeah, like remember focusing on like the Axebane Guardian is important. That, like we said, the creatures that end up tapping for more than 1 mana. But at the end of the day, as long as you just like keep pecking away at their stuff, they're not as fast of a combo as something like Glee or even the Goblin combo. Sometimes they can just go off on you, but you just use your removal, and they're unlikely to have a ton of interaction to protect.
So this actually brings to my point of a lot of these combo decks have sideboard plans built to beat what beats them.
Yes.
Like for example, I know Hunter, like one of the last times Hunter and I played, like there were like I was playing a counterspell deck of some variety, and I was like, I think I've got you with like this counterspell. I don't think you have a way to interact with this, and he just like showed me a Simian Spirit Guide and a Red Blast, and I'm like, yeah, that'll do it. All right, cool.
That's pretty cool, actually.
He's like, I got you beat through counterspell, and I'm like, what? And he just showed, he just like fired off a Red Blast, and I'm like, yep, that'll do it.
That's sick.
But things like that. So he knows what he's playing. He's playing around. Like he knows like what decks he's looking to beat, what cards out of those decks he's looking to beat. Yeah. And as like, and I'll speak to the side of the combo player. Like you have to know what you have to beat. Like you like know the cards that beat you, and you're able to play around those. Then you'll be a totally fine combo player. I know another deck that really is rewarded for this is if you are a player of the Cycling Storm deck. You get benefited greatly from knowing how your deck functions around a Relic of Progenitus if your opponent doesn't know how to play with the Relic of Progenitus. So, that's a huge classic example. It's been going on for years and years at this point.
The first time I ever played against Cycling Storm, it was one of our monthlies, and I was playing my like mono red burn list, and I was playing Tormod's Crypt for my graveyard interaction sideboard slot, and I had it in I think I won the first game. I think I lost the first game, and in the second game I had Tormod's Crypt, and I used it at a time that was okay, but I realized a couple turns later that it could have been better. I think I still won the game because it was enough of a speed bump that my opponent was not able to race me with the burn that I was putting forward into the game. But I did learn that, like, oh, that was not the spot I actually wanted to. It was, I think it was whenever I saw like the first like 5 or 6 cards in the bin or whatever, which oftentimes, like I said, it was a speed bump. It helped me race to win the game, but learning where those spots are is really important. I guess we're transitioning into this next group of decks.
One quick thought before
we leave creature combo land,
and it's with Basking Broodskill again, because that's the most experience I have with it. But like, it's very relatable to every other combo deck too. The first time I played against our buddy Drew, and he was playing the deck, and I was not playing the deck. I haven't played the deck yet. I was just like, every turn, because of the unfamiliarity, I was just overly scared of dying out of nowhere for not knowing how the combo worked and not knowing when to progress my own board state. And it's like, I'm going to lose that game because, again, like I said, it's very important not to give the combo deck all of the time in the world it needs to set up.
One of the cool things about the Broodskill deck, though, is that they have, that Drew's version that he played they have the backup plan of, oh, here's a Writhing Chrysalis, good luck.
Yeah, most of all the Jund ones do.
All the Jund ones do, but not the Black Room ones obviously don't. Yep. But if you're playing against the Jund one, then they have the backup of Writhing Crystal, so you have something else to be afraid of on top of the combo.
And that is a very scary one. And just like playing the deck just lets me know how to play against it too, and that can be any combo deck. Like try picking up and even goldfishing it is just enough to know when and where you should be scared at one points. Or if you have a friend that plays a combo deck, play both of you guys open-handed.
Yeah, this is something I'll actually take from my experience of Legacy over the years. It's playing the deck that I like to play in Legacy's Death and Taxes. I'm sure anybody who knows me knows that. But to know how to play that deck correctly, like, you have to know everything about the format, because your cards are they're so small in value. Like, you have to know how to maximize every piece of we'll use like every part of the buffalo here. Like, we've got to be able to know when to Aether Vial things in, when to tap your opponent's mana with Rashad and Port, when to do all these little tricks and things that the deck's known to do. But you have to know when to do these things. Otherwise, you're going to lose a lot of points, and then you lose a lot of matches because of it. So, like, just knowing, like, and I did that by playing other decks, so that I understand how they function a little bit more, and I'm able to better fight against them as the pilot of the other deck.
And something that really helped me too is when I put together Basking Broodskill, I put a list of mono blue terror on like my computer on, I think it's like tapped out. You can do like test games.
Yeah.
So I had my laptop in front of me. I had mono blue terror, like a test hand pulled up, and I was playing to the battlefield on there, and I was playing the game with myself with the Basking Broodskill deck in paper in front of me, and mono blue on my laptop on just like any like player simulator thing, like tapped out. Architect probably has one, anything.
I use Moxfields every once in a while.
Moxfield has one, yeah. And just like that helped. I did that with that, and then I think like Dimir Terror versus some miscellaneous deck I played in the past. That was my first time playing it, just because I'm like, I feel like this. Oh, Gardens. I was doing like Gardens versus like Is It Terror or something. So I'm like, I wonder how this goes or whatever. And that sounds wrong too. Whatever. It's not very important on what deck it was, but just knowing like, it kind of helped me just realize like when to play around counterspell kind of thing. As weird as it sounds, just like playing these open-faced games and being like, okay, it's really bad to push here versus here kind of thing. I should wait to go for my combo here.
I'll give you a real life example of this. Playing music. This is one for you. Learn how to play something slowly, then you build up speed. It's kind of the same thing here. You learn how to play against it face up. You're learning very slowly, but then you'll build up speed as you start to play against it more.
Yeah,
and it kind of helps you like knowing what they could have against you too is like good too. It's like this one blue. It's like they could have a blast or a dispel or whatever. And again, that's just like format knowledge and deck knowledge goes a long ways here.
That's true.
So don't be afraid to play with yourself.
That's the moral of the story.
That sure is.
Shall we go into non-creature combo decks?
Yeah. I mean, I think James and I were starting to kind of get into some Cycling Storm stuff. Yeah. And I think that's fitting with our Dark Ritual question as well.
Probably the biggest one of the non creature combo decks currently.
Yeah.
I guess if
Cycling
you wanted
Storm?
to include fog in there, you technically could.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit in the car ride today.
We did the discussion. I personally do not view fog as a combo deck. I think that is a control deck. That's what
I would agree with that. I was thinking about that today too. Of like,
I think
are
it's
we going to
control
talk
deck.
about fog today?
And it's like it has like a stormy combo finish, depending on.
It
what
has
build.
the card.
Yeah,
it has the card with Storm in as a the word
As
Life gain?
a life gain spell.
no
Stall? Fog?
mechanic.
Oh,
Yeah.
There is a card in the 75 with the Storm mechanic in it that does not mean it is a combo deck, in my opinion. It is a control deck that you like eventually will weather the storm through what your opponent has. To get to eventually you'll find your win condition. You have one or two ways to win the game in your deck. That's generally the same thing as like a combo deck, right? Or no, sorry, a control deck.
Sounds like Gardens. Same deck.
Yeah, I mean, technically the deck that I played last month basically was Guard.
Pretty
How is
similar.
there a butterfly meme for every episode?
Yeah, I know.
Is this Gardens?
holds up Turbo Fog list?
Is this Gardens?
Gardens?
Yeah.
But yeah, like having, I just don't view that as like that because it is one or two ways to win the game. It doesn't have a bunch of redundant copies of things that like do the thing like a normal combo deck would.
Right.
It's not trying to stuff its deck full of 4-ofs to like execute a combo.
Bunch of cantrips, some counter spells.
Yeah, I mean, but it's got even the blue green one. Yeah, like that one too.
It's just funny because
sure.
some of the same things can be good against it, like the spot removal for the Nadir's Nightblade or the Crypt Rat. That's the route you're going. But if you already have 30 treasures in play, I can't kill your Nadir's Nightblade because then you just sack all the treasures in response.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So Jay and I were playing. Actually, I played Fog today during work, and
Nice.
Jay and I were playing, and like one point I was playing. He's playing Affinity. At one point, I had like 14 treasure tokens. I'm like, there's like no fathomable way for me to lose this game.
No.
You were the Affinity deck.
Yeah, I did have. We actually had a pretty close. I mean, he may have had a little more because he had almost
I'm
all
the
of his lands in
Affinity
play.
deck now.
But yeah, you're just like staving off till you can eventually find your win, which is what a control deck does. It's not what a combo deck does.
Yeah.
The Cycling Storm, on the other hand.
Cycling Storm.
This deck has always like kind of baffled me. It looks so cool on paper, and it like we said earlier, like it gets to play with like Lotus Petal and Dark Ritual that a lot of decks just like
And
don't really.
Cabal Ritual.
Yeah, and Cabal Ritual that like which is the 2 mana version. It makes 5 mana if you have Threshold. Basically, no other decks just play with these cards outside of like occasionally a red deck will play with Lotus Petal, but like
Or Poison Storm.
or Poison Storm. Yeah, well, yeah, Poison Storm. Which I guess is another combo deck.
It is a combo deck. It's a creatureless combo deck.
That is true. So I think
Poison Storm.
Cycling Storm, I think it fits in the buckets of it's good to it's important to interact with on the stack with counter spells, and it's good to interact with graveyard interaction. It's just the graveyard interaction you really have to time it in such a way that you're getting a bunch of their cycling creatures when they're trying to return them all or go ahead.
I was gonna say the heuristic. Oh, we were talking about counter spells. The heuristic is that you counter the start of whatever it is. Like in this case, it's generally going to be like Songs of the Damned is the card.
That's the make
that's
black
the make
mana
black for each creature.
for each creature. Yeah, because the thing that returns all the cycling cards to their hand,
Reaping the Graves,
that
is
has
a storm
storms.
card.
Yeah,
It's a storm card.
You're not
So
going to
it's-
counter that.
Yeah, no, that doesn't work. So you're going to try to counter the stuff that starts them off on doing what they're doing. So the Dark Rituals, the Cabal Rituals, the things like that.
You're not countering the payoff.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah, because it doesn't work.
What is the payoff?
The payoff is Reaping the Graves.
Well, how does that win the game?
Reaping the Graves is going to get back all of the things that you've now cycled.
How do they literally win the game, though, is my question.
Is by putting a Draneth Stinger into
Got
play.
you. And then whenever they cycle, it pings you.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And they can just cycle in response to whatever kill spell you point at the Draneth Stinger.
Okay.
So potentially you could counter the Draneth Stinger as well if you let them do the whole thing. But I like your angle, James, of just trying to stop.
If you just stop them from even doing
amount of
anything,
mana.
if you just do it from doing anything,
Yeah.
is the real way to beat them. Because if they start with one Dark Ritual, well, now they've got enough mana to cast multiple Dark Rituals and then cast Cabal Rituals and Songs of the Damned and so on and so forth. And if you just stop them from doing any of that to begin with, then they can't do anything.
Because these decks have very low land counts.
Yeah, they're playing
like a handful of basics and like a bunch of like Ash Barons and other land cyclers to go find them.
Because they just want to thin the deck.
Right.
So they want like
Like
the lowest
2
possibility.
lands,
I was like, they want the
maybe 3.
lowest possibility to actually hit a land while they're comboing off. So.
Right. Exactly.
So they have to play all this this, like fast mana, like dark ritual, songs of the damned, cabal ritual, all that good junk.
And then in terms of timing the graveyard, you want to, if it's like a relic or a Tormod's Crypt or something like that, like ideally try and get as many creatures as possible.
Yeah, relic is gonna be better, obviously, because you can just start chipping away with it. So it's harder for them to play around the relic than it is for them to play around Tormod's Crypt. Tormod's Crypt's very easy for them to play around if they want.
Sure,
if they
we just crack it once and then.
You're like
maybe they do a middling one.
Like, you like don't commit a ton to it,
right?
And then you just like make them pop it off,
right?
And like at an inconvenient time for them, and then you eventually just do the thing again.
Yeah. I think most people aren't relic. I'm just I don't like paying mana in my Fire Blast deck. That's just me. I want to pay mana for 3 damage, not for a. I'd
like to draw a card.
That's fair.
I don't know if anybody knows, but. Every card game, like ever, drawing cards is good.
Drawing cards is pretty good.
Turns out.
Not Pokemon. It's all about tutoring.
Yeah, Pokemon, it's just tutors.
They do like wheels and stuff.
Yeah, they're like bad.
Yeah.
Isn't like Wheel of Fortune like bad in Pokemon?
The Wheel of Fortune, I mean, it's not really Wheel of Fortune. It's like look at 7, pick 1 or 2, and like that's like whatever.
That's insane.
Like dig through time is like free dig through time is like.
Yeah, I remember the very first time I ever picked up Pokemon to learn it to teach my siblings.
Mm-hmm.
I had a Professor Oak trainer card, and it's just draw 3, and I'm like, oh my god, you get to Ancestral for free?
Yeah.
What is this? What is this broken nonsense?
Yep.
And then somebody like
not even good
and then
anymore.
somebody like I learned how to play this, like taught somebody, and then I like was talking about this with some friends of mine, and they're like, yeah, that card's horrible, and I'm like, not the game for me.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Woo. I know in Fab it's about tutoring. Like Flesh
Yeah.
and Blood, they do a lot of tutoring and stuff,
Cool.
and knowing that. That's all I know about Flesh and Blood, so I'm sorry
Yeah.
if that was insanely wrong.
But yeah, you want to on these like on the obviously the best way to stop these the Cycling Storm deck is just pieces of graveyard interaction because there's not a whole lot you can really do. Your relics are great. Just know when to time them. Same with Tormod's Crypt or whatever piece of graveyard hate that you happen to have.
Timing them in response to like Songs of the Dam and like their storm payoff.
Yeah, and like reaping the graves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I can say if you let them get to the point of casting reaping the graves, it's really bad if they have a second one.
Yeah, that's really scary.
Like if they have like
me.
one and they like target all these things and you're like relic you and they're like, oh cool, here's another one.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
bad.
yeah.
Because it is an
really
instant
bad.
speed
Yep.
one.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Yeah, that's scary.
it is terrifying.
Yeah. So that's why just stopping their mana as soon as possible.
You can stop their mana. That's a great place for you to be.
Playing against a deck like that, I would feel pretty safe with like 2 relics up or something.
That's fair. Yeah, that you'd have to be somebody like Bryant Cook to win through something.
Yeah.
like that. That's really, really difficult.
And
The only reason I say that because I've watched it occur.
So I get confused with like cycle. I know the difference. I always like just hearing the name and stuff. I always like put them in one deck for some reason. Sometimes Cycling Storm and One Land Spy is another deck, and that's another deck our buddy Hunter likes to play too.
Yeah. It doesn't really.
Is it
show up
a
online as
combo
much.
deck? Hunter will play it.
Yes, yes, but like similar vibes. But I think like the biggest difference there, it's like again the relic is really good against them, but their payoff is like as an additional cost, you can exile creatures from your graveyard. And so when they cast the card, the cost was already paid, so it's too late.
Life's Misery?
Yeah, so it's too late to relic them in response.
Yep.
That one. So that one could be tricky where it's like if they're not doing the Lot Lift Giant bring back plan to get your relic under them at the right time.
Yeah. I think the Cycling Storm deck is way more resilient than the like One Land Spy deck. One just puts mana into play.
Yeah. Because against the One Land Spy deck, yeah, like Prismatic Strands can hit them on that angle. I feel like, but against both decks, Duress is really good to like. Then if like you hit their, if you see like Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual, and you hit a Dark Ritual or something, it's like okay, I know I bought myself another turn now.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Beating these like not all the non-creature combat decks are mana. Like you just deny them mana on what they're doing, they can't win.
So say I'm not blue or black. I don't have the counter magic.
I'll give you an example. Say you're playing against the Cycling Storm deck on like something like Ponza. Lane Destruction's great.
Yeah,
Lane Destruction is
the
beautiful against
resources.
them.
And if you're mono red, go fast.
Yeah, if mono red, you like Tom's
Right.
Teletest, go fast, put the like one piece of disruption into play that you just need as a speed bump.
Hope
You
it's
just
good.
need a speed
I
bump.
like that. And Relic is very universal.
Yeah, Relic is going to be good in basically whatever shell you want to put it into to stop combo decks.
And like every deck almost too.
Yeah, like any
some
any way
that decks are also playing Raise on the land destruction note as well.
Yeah,
so
you know, just denying these like you say the non-creature combo decks mana is the biggest way to beat them.
In that, I think that's a good thing that applies to all of those combo decks. Like in that pocket, the Cycling Storm, the One Land Spy, what was the other one? Poison Storm. And then whatever
deny them mana.
Whatever Hunter was doing, putting overgrowths on.
Actually, funny enough, I do have one note on the Poison Storm deck from being different.
Yeah,
sure.
You can let them have all the mana in the world that they want to have. Don't let one of the 2 cards in the deck that says give your opponent a poison counter resolve. Like if you're playing any sort of counterspell deck,
those can start happening pretty quick.
Because they can proliferate all they want, but as long as you don't have any poison counters, they're not actually beating you.
It's like Prologue to Phyresis, and what's the other?
It's like a black.
It's like a black card. I can't remember the
mana one. Yeah,
that combo deck I feel like is the most vulnerable.
That's the fairest one.
Yeah, I think it's the most vulnerable to counter spells because that deck just wins by casting 10 spells.
It has a very hard time winning through counter spells.
Like if you counter their draw to proliferate, it's like they can run out of gas pretty quick.
I'm fairly certain that deck could not beat a blue terror deck if it tried.
That seems really hard.
Yeah,
I'm almost certain that
probably not.
They have the pressure and the counter spells.
I mean, they're like one way to try and stay in the game against you is weather the storm, cool, but that doesn't do anything. And they're under an inevitable clog that they're gonna have to get through.
Not really doing anything.
Yeah, they can have all the mana. That deck can have all the mana at once too. That deck just relies on 2 spells to be even resolve.
And it seems like with the differences between these creature combo decks and creature-less combo decks, it seems like the latter of the two, the creature-less, have a harder time having a plan B. It's like they're all in Glass Canopy. This is my game A plan. And honestly, I think that before Brood Scale and Writhing Chrysalis, I think that was creature combo decks too. So really almost all the combo decks just...
Sure.
Besides... Jund Broodscale is very one-dimensional.
Was the one that broke the actual one that broke the mold.
Yeah, because that was the top one for a while.
Because it could just play it had 3 different game plans because it could combo you, it could put a troll into play on turn 2, and it could just play this fair goblin game.
True.
Fair goblin game.
Goblin game is a card.
I know. Yeah, goblin game.
But it does not play that card though. Cards are rare.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
I don't know.
Anyways,
we'll check.
Yeah, that one.
No, we won't.
No, that one. That one is kind of what started having like all the combo decks having a good backup plan. Same, I guess the similar vein kind of goes into the world of the Familiars deck. Like the Familiars deck doesn't have to have the combo to win the game. Like you can just win the game through fair means.
Can it?
It can.
With Murmuring Mystic now, yes.
Back in the day, you could too.
With what? 1-2 beats?
Yep.
Oh boy! Look out!
That's a combo control deck. But,
that's funny. I guess with the addition of Murmur Mystic and that
it does make
very
it possible
much.
to just beat down with that deck. So combo decks, aren't they sick?
Yeah, I feel bad. Sorry, Calic, we're talking about combo and not giving Familiars all the attention in the world. It's just kind of stepped on the what? It's not in the limelight.
Happy to give Brood Scale a big shout out. I know he's done a lot of work on his particular version of the
Brood Scale.
Yeah, he's done a black green Brood Scale.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of his own flavor on it, which is pretty cool.
Gotcha.
Are there any other combo decks that? I mean, I think we've hit the big ones for the most part.
Hunter played that.
The blue-green
twiddleless
nonsense
that day.
We don't need to bring that up again.
Infuriating pile of cards.
Fire Blast and 2 mountains.
Yeah, Fire Blast.
That's
them,
a great combo.
Fire Blast them to death. They can't.
I guess
win.
I'm a combo player.
They can't win if you just attack them.
Tolarian Terror and 6 instants in your graveyard. It's a combo.
I mean, if you think about Mono Red Burn is basically the same deck as Poison Storm. You're just trying to cast spells that put your opponent to dead. You're just trying to cast 10 spells.
I'm sorry,
I'm sorry, hold on. No, we've gone down a slippery slope of, well, I put this Limbus on my deck. That'll eventually kill my opponent, right? Because I won't deck before they will, right?
Well, no, you still will because it draws.
Limbus,
it always
4
draws.
Limbus.
You can't loop Limbus.
4 Limbus, 56 lands.
Now, if Elixir Immortality gets downshifted, now we're talking.
almost have that. We have a campfire. It's close.
Yeah. But no. I was joking, of course, but I meant like the Poison Storm deck is just trying to cast 10 spells, really.
Right.
And like it's kind of funny because Burn is just like you look at your 7, how close could I get to 20 with the 7?
Right.
And it's like Poison Storm, how close could I get to 10 with the 7?
Yeah. It is similar in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like very different things, but
Very, very
kind of similar.
Yeah, no. That mentality is definitely very similar.
When you're counting down, when you're counting up, very different.
Correct.
All right.
Cool.
Oh, Altertron.
Oh.
That okay. That one is I don't think that okay. I do not think that deck is very good. Again,
it shows up every once in a while.
It's Kali Kai's favorite. I think the deck is just kind of very meh right now. It like hard loses to Brood Scale combo like just instantaneously.
The combo episode.
That is a very interesting interesting phenomenon of the Glee deck that we've talked about, is just like it being the preeminent combo deck in the format just like kind of pushes a lot of these combo decks out that aren't able to interact in some way.
Yeah, like you say, it just it beats the heck out of the Altertron deck.
And I think it has that popularity too, especially the Jund version, just because it has that Writhing Chrysalis backup plan that can just like you playing the Mono Blue Terror.
Oh yeah, Chrysalis is tough.
I brick walled you with 2 Chrysalises.
Yep,
won the game.
Yeah,
and
it happens.
Chrysalise, Chrysalers.
You got one of those.
Yeah, I do. You need to get in the shop still. Oh, the combo episode where we're just like, Brood Scale's the best combo. Just play Brood Scale. No, I'm kidding.
I mean,
it doesn't have the explosives that Cycle Storm could.
No, but it has the flexibility to do so many different things. Again, tying it all in a nice little bow. Yeah. It being like the premier combo deck of the format because it has so many different ways for the deck to function. Like it has the game like the A+B = I win plan. It has the beautiful amounts of disruption in the forms of duress and Vines of Aswood, things of that nature. And if you want to, you can have the nice backup plan of like the Writhing Crystals. So it just kind of does everything you want a combo deck to do. It's the Splinter Twin of the format, if you will.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And last thought, too. Again, if you're learning to play against these or playing with them, playing open-handed with your friends is a great way. If you can't find any friends that play combos or friends in general, that can be hard. Just play with yourself, bust open your laptop, like go on Moxfield, whatever deck builder site you use, shuffle up your deck and just play against your laptop, play both seats or whatever, and just
totally
it can give you a good point of view or like a good mindset of how the deck works and like what is good against it when, and like on both sides it's good for you too to learn. So just that's my advice, play the matchup, but more than play the matchup, like open-handed so you can see both sides, I think is like so important.
Yeah. And taking steps to learn in a way that works for you is that gets an A+ in our book.
And that's why I'm really appreciative of Hunter, our friend in our play group that always plays the combo decks too, because afterwards he
keeps us honest.
Yeah,
literally every month we actually say to ourselves, "Do you have your graveyard aid for Hunter?" Literally, it's something that we like actually talk about.
But I appreciate him so much because like he's explained the decks to me too, like afterwards and stuff. Like I'm like, okay, so like what is the goal here? Like, what do you like? What's your deck doing? And you like walk through the lines with me and show me, and then that helps a ton too. Mm-hmm. And like he's a good pilot with them too. So yeah,
would agree.
We had a cube question. Should we postpone that since we're already an hour and 5 in? Talk about challenges.
Let's chat about the challenges and we'll see where we end up.
Can I take a potty break again?
Yeah, go for it. All right, shall we move on to the challenges?
Yes. Will you throw me my phone? I just like put it on the charger and walked away.
Do you want it on the charger?
Nah, I'll be fine.
Nice catch.
Thank you.
All right.
What a catch.
Here we go. We got our 3 weekend challenges. This one is Friday, October 25th. We got 48 players in this one. In 8th place, Elvis 10 on Elves. In 7th place, Discovern on Mono Blue Terror. In 6th place, Zatrith on, its label is Grixis Terror, but I'm pretty sure it's just blue-black. It is blue-black Terror. In 5th place, Luffy Doge
Hippo Depala
on Trusty Grixis Affinity. In 4th place, Barf on Glee Combo. This is the black-green version. Their loss in top 4 was their only loss in the tournament.
Nice.
In 3rd place, Nick Norman, also on black-green Glee Combo. In 2nd place, Hamuda back in the Pauper streets with a 7-2 record on Grixis Affinity. And in 1st place with an 8-1 record, Condescend, also on Grixis Affinity. A little Grixis resurgence here in the top 8. Taking a look at the 1st place list, we got 1 Kenku Artificer. We've got 1 Toxin Analysis. So this is kind of the Luffy list for the most part. We got 1 Makeshift Munitions, 2 Thoughtcast, Toxin Analysis, a bunch of the usual removal, 4 Red Blast, 4 Pyroblast, 4 Hydroblasts, and an extra Blue Blast and an extra Red Blast as well.
Oh, from Luffy's list?
In the 1st place list.
I was like, I believe it's an actual literal 75 copy.
I would believe that to be true. I saw on Twitter that Hamuda made some changes from Luffy's list. I'm going to look over at Hamuda's list here. Creature Suite is the same. Artifact Suite looks the same. We got an Eviscerator's Insight. We have only 1 Cast Down, 2 Toxin Analysis. I think the main differences are in the board. We moved a 4th Croc Clan Shaman in the board, a couple Duress, and 1 Extract a Confession. So just, Grixis Affinity doing Grixis Affinity things.
Yeah, just playing around with a couple slots here and there. It's kind of your preference.
Right. Not as big of a divergence from the norm from what I was expecting to see based on what I heard on the ye old Tweetsville.
Yeah, nothing weird with this Elves list either. Looks all normal at this point.
It's kind of interesting that we had 2 of the Golgari Brood Scale decks because for a while over the weekends we've been seeing like the Golgari version of Brood Scale, its win rate kind of dip down pretty hard, and it kind of just had like a massive resurgence in its win rate this week. Both decks seem to be on some number of copies of Mesmeric Fiend and the Village Rite Deadly Dispute. So if you play your Mesmeric Fiend and before the trigger resolves, if you have a way to get rid of your Mesmeric Fiend, like Village Rite sacking it to it, or Deadly Dispute, you'll draw your 2 cards, the Mesmeric Fiend leave trigger will resolve, and you haven't taken a card yet, and then you can permanently exile a card from your opponent's hand because of that old wording.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing with like O-Ring, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. Yeah,
O-Ring,
because they're separate triggers.
Fiend Hunter, Tidal Sculler, all those fun cards.
And that's something they've gone away from with newer Magic cards. Like Deep Cavern Bat, it wouldn't work. Not common, but
right.
You can't do that with Deep Cavern Bat. Like if you shock a Deep Cavern Bat, the trigger on the stack, they won't get a card.
Because it says exile it until this leaves the battlefield.
Because it'll usually be 2 separate boxes of text too.
Right.
Yeah.
And when it's 2 separate boxes of text, you can do the trigger.
Spellcaller is the same way.
Yes, it is. I love me Spell Queller.
You cast that card before?
I've cast it a lot.
I didn't take you for a Spell Queller gamer.
Wild.
Did you see my?
It's in my cube.
Did you see my drafts of your cube today this morning?
No.
Pop up. Oh,
I made a couple changes today.
I was on the break. I was on break, and I'm just sitting there drafting.
All right. Well, now I'll go look. Isn't this sick?
Yeah, it does
very
seem
excited.
sick. I can't wait.
We get to draft it on Friday.
I know. I'm pumped.
Also, the black-green list, because they're doing the max Deadly Dispute Village Rites stuff, they also are playing a couple of black 1-drops that they're a single black mana for 1/1s that when they die, they give you some value. The Greedy Freebooter from Lost Caverns of Ixalan, it dies, you scry one to make a treasure. And then Shambling Ghast from AFR, you can either give something -1/-1 or make a treasure as well. So you also get to kind of ramp into your Glee stuff so that you can combo a little bit, combo plus protection like ahead of time. And also, honestly, fine to just block stuff from Koldatha. Totally fine to block Koldatha, like especially the Shambling Ghast, like block something, kill another thing, like that seems pretty good.
Gets rid of 2 tokens for 1 card is nice. Yeah. Definitely.
Anything else from Friday?
Nothing screaming at my face.
All right, let's move on to Saturday, October 26th. We've got 47 players in this Pauper Challenge. In 8th place, Mr. Twin on Mono Red Koldatha. In 7th place, WCL on Mono Red Koldatha. In 6th place, Chaotic MTG on Jeskai Ephemerate, a deck we haven't seen in the top 8s for a little bit. In fourth place, John 1111 on Turbo Fog. It looks like it's the black-green splashing the Stream of Thought. In fourth place, Jastrab 5000 playing the same version of Turbo Fog. There might be some differences, but
no combo.
Oh, no combo in that sideboard, but in the fifth place,
not even. There's no like Nightblade in the. Well, no, just in the third place list.
In the fourth,
the fourth place list.
Sure.
There's no combo
Brood Scale sideboard.
The other one does though.
Okay, gotcha. Cool. In third place, Ocean Soul 92 on Mono Blue Fairies. Only loss in the tournament was in this top 4. In second place, Carrot Eater on Is It Terror. And in first place, Luminati with an 8-1 record on Mono Blue Terror. Let's hecking go. We've got, this is a very interesting, a couple of interesting things. They're playing 4 copies of Frantic Inventory, which is similar to Accumulated Knowledge in that it's a 1 and a blue for an instant. You draw a card, and then you draw cards equal to the number of cards named Frantic Inventory in your graveyard.
Actually, they're playing some cards across their deck that are not stock or anywhere near normal. Yeah,
a handful of cards. Yeah. They have 1 copy of Artful Dodge, which is the unblockable flashback spell.
I may or may not have over a set of those last week.
Yes, and a single copy of Dragon Wings, which Cameron has called out once or twice before as well. This is, I believe it's from Torment?
Scourge.
This is from Scourge, thank you. It's 1 and a blue for an aura. It gives a creature flying, but you can it has cycling for 1 and a blue. And if it's in your graveyard, when a creature that has mana value 6 or greater comes into play, you can bring it back from your graveyard and chant it to that creature.
Turns out if you have Terror Flying, that's terrifying.
That's nice.
Terror Flying.
It's Terror Flying.
I'm so good at this.
That's really good.
I'm so good at this.
It's really good, though.
You're both welcome.
I'm terrified.
It's terrifying. And it's also playing a couple copies of Nullify on the board.
Yeah, I was just about to call that out. We got all 8 blue blasts, 4 annuls, a dispel, and 2 nullifies. It's from Born of the Gods. Blue for an instant counter target creature or aura spell.
This is the greatest card against Brood Scale. This copy's both. This stops both.
It does both. That's really, really cool. So
still laughing at
you just get to terrify.
I'm glad I broke you. You're welcome.
No, this is sick.
It's my greatest contribution to society today.
Also,
maybe ever. No,
just 2 boomerangs. All right.
I peaked. I peaked.
Oh my god!
You know, like Terror of the Peaks.
Different Terror, different format.
I'm killing it.
Any other standouts from the Saturday challenge you boys wanted to call out?
What is Nullify?
We just explained it.
So I was too busy laughing.
Sorry, blue for instant counter target creature or aura spell.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Super good against Brood Scale.
Brood Scale, emblems maybe, or like other.
Yeah, it was just like a fine niche answer to create. Like it's just like an essence scatter most of the time.
Murmuring, I can hit an opposing Murmuring Mystic. That's important in the mirror.
Yeah, just having because it's like it's just your essence scatter most of the time.
That's an interesting.
It's good against Boggles too, obviously, but
yeah.
Mm-hmm. You said hits the sadistic glee and all that fun stuff.
But exactly. Both halves of the glee combo.
Yeah,
it's pretty sick.
It's pretty cool.
Nice little technology there.
It's nice to see Jeskai Ephemerate again. These decks are cool. They're just hard to get going off the ground. There's a lot of
can confirm this.
A lot of stuff churning. It's cool if the meta slows down and stuff. I like the deck playing a lot of one-ofs because it can loop any instant with Ephemerate and Archaeomancer. You can always get back the Ephemerate plus another instant, so you can counterspell your opponent out of the game. If you're playing against mono red, there's a Union of the Third Path, so it's 3 mana instant draw a card and you gain life equal to the number of cards in your hand. So if you're playing Union of the Third Path each turn cycle against mono red,
eventually you can just lightning bolt them to death.
Yeah, that too. You can it just runs away with the game. There's so many different things you can loop, and you can play these one-ofs because you have Augur the Bolus to put 3 cards in the bottom of your library to help you find the stuff you want.
This deck actually is a great Augur Bolus deck. I'll actually admit. This is the one deck I think I've ever played that Augur Bolus is a playable card.
Yeah. Yep.
Nothing particularly interesting. I think one card they've never played before that I can recall is Thraben Charm. I actually like that one in this list.
Yep, that's a nice new one.
That's a little piece of that is a graveyard hate card that deck has needed for so long.
Yeah,
that's what it is. It's an instant that kills the graveyard.
Yeah, that is nice. And
it's a modal spell.
Haven't seen Circle Protection Blue in a while too. That's always nice too.
Yeah, it's just for the Terra matchup.
It's pretty hard for Terra to beat if it's not on the Memory Mystic game plan.
Oh yeah.
That's all my notes on that deck. Deck's Q.
I would agree. It's all the notes.
All right. Wrapping it up with our Sunday challenge.
I think you should talk about one more tournament.
After
this weekend.
Sure. Then wrapping up our challenges then. Sunday. October 27th, we got 50 players. A little on the smaller side for a Sunday. In 8th place, Luffy Doge Hippo DePaula on Grixis Affinity. In 7th place, Danielakos on Demir Terror. In 6th place, Miskin Bollock on Mono Red Koldatha. In 5th place, Nascimento on Jungly combo. In 4th place, Noob on Sultai or Golgari Splashing Blue Turbo Fog. In 3rd place, Fried Liver Attack, which is a great username, on Is It Terror. In 2nd place, Fragile 2 on White Weenie. And in 1st place, as we mentioned before, Season of Mists, putting down the Brood Scales and picking up the Tireless Tribe combo. I was looking at this list, and we briefly talked about it earlier in the episode. Are these lists always playing this many Brainstorms, Impulses, and main deck 4 Dispels?
You really gotta dig.
You have to
combo.
protect. Okay. So the one card that I've noticed is missing out of this deck that they used to play is the card Dizzy Spell. That card is basically Demonic Tutor.
It's just transmute for another 1-drop.
Well, yeah, because you can just go get a cantrip, you can go get your Tireless Tribe, you can go get just most of the cards. That is the one card notable exclusion, I think, which is interesting to me.
I mean, if you have this many cantrips, if they got 4 Preordain, 4 Brainstorm, 4 Impulse, a couple Wedding Invitations even.
Yeah, I just like it because it's also a card that keeps you alive too. You just can cast Dizzy Spells as an actual spell.
Oh, sure.
It gives a creature I think it's neg-3 nega or something. So it's protects you for another turn. It's like a fog. Yeah. So just giving you another turn to eventually set up your combo where you're just tireless try them to death. I don't know. We do not. Okay, we used to play a card called Shadow Rift. It was 1 in a blue. Instant target creature gains shadow until end of turn, and you draw a card. So it just made your creature unblockable.
You just have Wedding Invitation now. It looks
you have Wedding Invitation, and you have Whiteout as well.
This one's Whiteout. Does it give it?
All creatures lose flying until end of turn.
Why is that relevant?
Lets you actually win with Squadron Hawks.
Is the Squadron Hawk just cards to discard to your Tireless Tribe though?
Oh, wait a second. I'm so sorry. I'm misunderstanding how this card works. My apologies. This just helps it put it back in your hand infinitely. For the number of
Whiteout is there for the second line of text.
My bad.
You sack your Snowland and get it back, so you can keep discarding it.
So you can discard 4 Squadron Hawks.
You can discard Whiteout equal to number basic snow or any Snowlands you control in the battlefield for your Tireless Tribe.
My bad. Yeah,
to pump it up and stuff. No,
Tireless Tribe is really your only way to win.
Yeah,
that's what it was back in the day too. It didn't have another way.
This deck is so glass cannony.
I know what tournament you're talking about.
I could never see myself playing something like this, where you're just so all in on the one card Tireless Tribe.
This is the deck I could see myself playing. As you mentioned earlier, it kind of has that hot dogs vibe to it.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
but you put your opponent under a ton of pressure, and then you have these very particular sideboard cards that are made to beat the cards that beat you. And that's just that's what they're there for. Things like Standard Bearer. That's a great card that stops if you're playing a creature combo deck that just happens to touch white, having the card Standard Bearer is huge.
And your opponent, if they play all that glitters, have to enchant your
or the sadistically.
Yeah, exactly.
Sadistically, they have to put the sadistically on the Standard Bearer, or they have to kill the Standard Bearer.
And it's just what's the word? Incidentally good against Coggates, which isn't a huge player right now.
But it has more niche applications than you think it does on the surface. There's lots of small things
hexproof and stuff like you mentioned. And,
the hex Boggles basically can't beat this card.
Yeah, that's a rough one for them, that's for sure.
But no, this deck's super sweet. I'm glad to see like an old Pauper favorite like this come out and play and actually win a tournament. It's pretty sick.
Pretty sick.
I had a question.
Yeah, what's up?
About Luffy's list, if we're cool to move it over there, unless you had a question about Tireless Tribe.
No, I was going to move us on to what I assume is the 4th tournament.
So how was Luffy earlier? The other 2 challenges, were they on the Guildsworn Prowler as well?
Nope, this is a new one.
Yeah, so it's just a 1 black for a 2/1 creature Tiefling Rogue Assassin. Death Touch, whenever it dies, if it wasn't blocking, draw a card. So it's just another creature, Icar Wellspring.
Just an aggressive threat.
Yeah, you can get it. Like, it could be aggressive. You could sacrifice it to Deadly Dispute to draw 3 cards. So I thought it was
play good defense, play good offense,
Block terrors.
Yeah, it's an interesting occlusion just because it's like not
the little tiefling.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
I assume the other tournament you want to talk about is the Pauper Cup in Vegas.
Why, you would be correct, Mr. Gunn.
Haha! I guess correctly. So similar to how we had the Pauper Cup side event in Chicago that a couple of us played in.
3 of us.
No, James was unable to play, unfortunately.
Oh, I remember that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did not.
Yes,
yeah.
Unfortunately. Due to the logistics of the badge we were able to get him, it was very
that way
dumb.
to run it. Anybody, any tournament organizers out there listening to this, please, God, don't run your tournaments that way. It's absolutely horrendous.
Like what?
Very dumb.
Having to have like a badge attached to your name is kind of hideous.
Oh,
so like I can't enter.
Yeah.
Like I can buy somebody's badge, I can't enter any of it.
Yeah, that gets hard.
That just makes life very difficult. Also, if you like only make so many of them, and then you're just like, oh, I can't even get in.
Well, there's fire codes.
Yeah, I know. I understand that.
We just can't sell 100,000 things.
But the fact that it's like non-transferable, like is
I agree. That part's tilting. I agree with you on that one.
Mm-hmm. Is hideous. That's really my biggest peeve with that one.
Yeah.
So there was another Pauper Cup at MagicCon in Vegas this past weekend. There were 104 players playing some Pauper in a very, very large event overall. I think there was like upwards of like 17,000 people at
Pauper
Vegas.
tournament? Oh.
No, just in Vegas, like in the whole MagicCon. Pretty sick. So we'll read off the top 8.
It's a lot of Commander players.
It looks like one player bubbled out at 5-1-1 in 9th. Otherwise, everyone else in top 16 and down goes to like 5-2 and down.
How many people?
Actually, there is apparently somebody with the exact same last name as me is in this tournament.
Oh my gosh, there is.
Well, it's spelled 1 letter differently.
Yeah, see, that's funny.
They were playing the Gruul ramp deck. The
that's
Monsters
funny.
Deck.
Nice.
How many people?
104 players. Which is
that's good
like a handful less than I think we had in Chicago, technically, but like about the same.
That's a great turnout for paper.
Very, very good turnout for a side event for Pauper. So so it looks like the cut to make top 8 was 7 rounds. Cut was 5-1-1. It looks like one player got bubbled out into 9th place at 5-1-1.
Well, they deserved it for naming their deck wrong. So,
I see what you mean.
Yeah, you deserve last.
We'll read our top 8. Some of these are usernames. Some of these are actual names. In 8th place, Josh Davis on Rakdos Madness. In 7th place, Short Fat Friend on Elves. Looks like they have some blue in their deck as well.
Yep.
In 6th place, Elliot Fortier on Mono Blue Terror. In 5th place, Red Merlin on Orzhov Blade. In 4th place, Coalition Victory on Mono Blue Fairies. In 3rd place, Alexander H., also on Mono Blue Fairies. In 2nd place, Melee Carp on Green-White Boggles. And in 1st place, with what looks like an 8-1-1 record, so got in on 5-1-1 and ran it through to first place from there. Daniela Migliaccio on Grixis Affinity. I feel like we've seen this name before, and I would not be surprised if they traveled from Europe to come play, to come hang out at Vegas
or something.
Yeah, like from maybe one of the Italian events or something like that. I feel like I recognize this name. Maybe a Paupergeddon. But yeah, they played Grixis Affinity. Kind of an extra thought cast, just one toxin analysis, a couple negates in the board, a couple gorilla shamans in the board, 2 Kenku artificers. Congratulations to them. Really great to see all of this. I'm gonna look at this terror list real quick.
There's a couple like really interesting choices here. I'll just throw it to the Orzhov midrange deck real quick too, because it's a deck I enjoy. When I put a similar deck together for our friend Joseph, who played in Pauper, our local Pauper event last month, I noticed these decks have been straying away from the Ichor Wellsprings with the Deadly Dispute. So like this deck only plays 3 Deadly Dispute effects and 0 Ichor Wellsprings. It's like we have other stuff that's just fine for our card advantage. Like Deadly Dispute by itself is still fine, sacking a Limbus or
Clue Token.
Yeah, or Tithing Blade, a blocking creature, whatever, you know. And then you have the Novice Inspectors and the Thraben Inspectors that replace themselves, and like the core Skyfisher, Glenhawk aspects of picking up the Refurbished Familiar is just a good enough card advantage engine.
There is one Divest in the sideboard.
Austin, you're vindicated.
Let's go.
No, that's a black-white spell.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's not common either.
It's rare.
No Vindicate here.
No
It
Vindicates
does say destroy target permanent, which could be Austin.
Yeah.
So he could be vindicated.
I mean, yeah, I guess planeswalkers are technically permanents.
You are a planeswalker.
You are a planeswalker.
we were all planeswalkers. They got the
I have a speaking of what you just said. I have a one quick little anecdote.
Hit me.
So years and years ago, when I first met a friend of mine, I don't know if he listens or not, but his name's Daniel Combs. He used to live here in the Middle Tennessee area, and he moved away. But he told me a story about the first time that he ever got to cast the card Hero's Downfall. He looked at his opponent and said, "You are dead." because you're told when you start playing Magic, you are a planeswalker.
You are a planeswalker.
And so he just pointed at his opponent and is like, "You are dead." And the opponent just looked at him like, "Nah,
What?
I don't think so."
That's funny.
But 3 mana win the game. Could you imagine 3 mana win the game?
That would be pretty sick.
That would be pretty
and
funny.
very unbalanced.
Both of these mono blue fairy lists here in top 4 have some spice too. Alexander H's list has 1 copy of Lotus Petal in the main board, and then it has 3 Force Spikes, which is nice too, like just to really get people.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the Lotus Petal is just to like you get your turn 1 Spell Stutter Sprite to hold up or something like.
Yeah, I guess you can. I mean, it's not terrible because like sometimes you just lose on turn 1.
Yeah, like because your curve in this deck maxes out at 2. If you think about it, like you have Ninja.
It's 4.
Well, no, yeah.
Technically 4.
Yeah, because of the Ninja. Like 1 mine costs 2, the Ninja of Deep Hours costs 2. So it's just kind of just like a funny little tempo play, I guess. Look at that word, tempo. And Coalition Victory, their little spiciness. I guess they have 2 Force Spikes too, but they have 2 Smoke Shrouds.
You want to read that one?
Yeah, it is a 1 and a blue for an enchantment aura. My phone didn't like that. 1 and a blue for enchantment aura. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has flying. You can make your terror flying. Wrong deck.
There was actually...
Then when a ninja enters a battlefield under your control, you may return Smoke Shroud from your graveyard to the battlefield attached to that creature.
Whoa.
So that's kind of funny.
All right.
Yeah.
So
cool.
There was a card in one of the sideboards of one of these fairies decks that I did want to talk about.
Was it Unable to Scream?
Nope. It's from one of the challenges. I'm sorry.
That's also in the sideboard of the terror list.
Missed
1 copy of Unable to Scream from Duskmoor.
Where is it at?
Why are you looking for that, Hippo?
Because the card was super cool and I want to talk about it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to throw it to the Simic Elves list too.
Here it is. Found it.
Check out. You find that first.
Cool. So, this is from the Saturday challenge.
Saturday.
The 26th. This is the top 4 list of the fairies deck. It played a singular copy of a card called Sunken City. You might know what Sunken City is?
No.
So blue for an enchantment.
Joyce Manor lyric.
All blue creatures get +1/+1. During your upkeep, pay blue, or destroy Sunken City.
All blue creatures get +1/+1?
Mm-hmm. So it's an anthem.
Dude, that's kind of sick.
It's an anthem for your fairies
What's
deck.
its CMC?
Blue.
That's funny. Sunken City by the ocean.
There you go.
Car smells like hot Gatorade.
Throw that nice little card out there. I was like, I saw
that's actually kind of sick.
That is cool.
Huh.
This Elves list here. Simic Elves. Yeah. The Simic Elves deck. The blue is for 3 distant melodies. We'll see that as a draw engine sometimes. I personally like the other 2 green ones.
I can tell you as a caster of Distant Melody, the card is sick.
Yeah,
you cast it one time, you go, I want to cast this card all the time.
Yeah, it just sucks if you have it behind. Like, it doesn't do anything. Like, the other two can still get you out from behind. And
I agree.
This list is playing the Lice Alana Huntmaster. It's
Liz Alana Huntmaster.
Thank you.
Yeah, it looks like a little bit of an older list.
Definitely.
And it has like that more aggressive side. Well, the Huntmaster is like the 4-mana 3/3. Whenever you play an elf, you make a 1/1 elf creature token. And then it's also playing 4 Wirewood Prides. That's a singular green instant. Target creature gets +X until end of turn, where X is number of elves in play. So like if you just sneak a Llanowar elf and pump it for 6 real quick, there you go. You have like some extra sneaky damage in there.
I feel like I like the Hydra more, just because the Hydra ends up being like a sticky threat after too.
I can tell you why they aren't playing it. This list is much older. Honestly, they're only playing 1 preset.
Yeah, that's
which is
insane.
Wild to me.
That is wild.
That is
Yeah, this is definitely just like a little bit of an antiquated list, but still, elves are still powerful.
Well, I mean, yeah, this is a little bit of an antiquated list, but with that being said, there's still some good cards. Like obviously, Casting Lead Stampede is still very good, so on and so forth. The Sylvan Ranger is also weird. Wow. I've played all these cards before, except for Wirewood Pride. I've never read that card before. I'm still blown. It plays Elvish Vanguard is the reason it's not playing. What's it's called? The Hydra.
Sure.
So you just like want maximum elves in your deck. All elves. Yeah. No frill, no nonsense.
Fine. That's fine.
Which I kind of like.
Cool.
As an elf player, I do like this.
Yeah.
Recommend 4 Priest of Titanias.
I would also recommend 4 Priest of Titania. Card is cracked.
Yeah, card's very, very, very
Card is
busted.
cracked. Card scares people.
Scares me.
The Boggles player was playing the 1 island in the sideboard plus the Blighted Agent Glistener Elf.
Aha!
Sideboard
Let's go.
plan. With 3 Crimson Acolytes as well.
Gotta beat those red cards.
Anything else that caught y'all's attention here?
I don't think so. It's really
you two
cool.
caught my attention.
Oh, I guess Madness not on the Goblin Tomb Raider that we've seen kind of do that. Didn't really perform super well in this week's challenges too. It kind of wax and wanes.
Yeah, this is kind of like they added Grab the Prize, but it's still kind of like
and
once we added Sneaky Snacker to the list, kind of like what that version looked like before.
And has the duel from Dustmourn 2, that 13 or less life.
Oh, sure.
Somebody has that, which is interesting, I guess. But yeah, not on the Goblin Tomb Raider plan there.
No.
Which I haven't tried out, so I don't know what's better or not.
Cool.
I think that's going to call for this episode. We have
I think so.
A couple other questions in the mailbag. We have one about curating archetypes for Cube, which would be really fun to answer.
Yeah.
And as well as
specifically
for like a Pauper
specifically
cube.
a Pauper Cube.
Yes.
Thank you, Elliot. Yeah, I think we'll answer it. I think at the start of the show next week.
And then we have a mid-range question too, which will probably get its own episode too.
I think that'll be the main topic.
Yeah, because that's a good one. So we appreciate your questions on there. If you have any questions for us, feel free to send them to us at commongroundmtgpod@gmail.com.
They brighten our day.
They do brighten our day. We like answering them. We like hearing your thoughts and your questions and all that fun stuff, because like it gives us new perspectives and like stuff we didn't think about, like the mid-range question. I saw that, I'm like, oh, that's so easy to answer. I'm like, wait a minute, no, it's not.
Yeah, Cameron and I started talking about it earlier.
Yeah, it's like that is harder to answer than I thought it was going to be. So that's really cool. And then like my buddy asked a Dark Ritual question, stuff like that. I'm like, oh, cool. It's like something like as in super insider. It's not something I always see. So any questions, send them there. commongroundmgpod@gmail.com. Link is in the description below, as well as our Twitter handles if you'd like.
And the link to Team Trios if you're interested.
That one too.
November 16th.
Yeah. Feel free to send us a DM on Twitter too for any of those questions. Like you said, check out the Team Trios event if you're in the Middle Tennessee area. It's gonna be sick.
Go to Beat if you can.
Yeah. Any other plugs, y'all?
I don't think so.
Sunken City by the Ocean. My car smells like hot Gatorade.
Ooh.
Is your car a 1994 Dodge Intrepid?
No, it's not.
63 Dodge Dart.
Don't way the way you're supposed to.
All right.
The Target inside the mall.
Thanks for listening, fam. We appreciate you.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye. I was going to scream another Joyce Main earlier, and I forgot it. Sunken City by the Ocean.
All right.
We ready?
Combo.
I'm sure that's real attractive for our listeners to listen to.
for
Thomas's editing ears.
Just for me.
Just gurgle, gurgle, gurgle.
Just for me.
The things you'll never know.
Or I might put it at the end.
Yeah.